Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity and Wonderful Friday. Yes it is, we are at the weekend once again. And you know, just before I forget, today, yes today, and with this video, I have actually made 997 videos. Yeah, this is my 997th. And my goodness me, that is a huge amount of videos. But anyway, this one, 997, and this is what we're going to do today. And it's Panalisa. Right. I am using the fragrant paper pack. I'm going to use this sheet here. And I'm going to use this sheet here. Because I like that there's, you know, a good combination of colours. But it's also kind of a little bit different, but also complementary to that one. This is a beautiful pack, and I have used it before. And there's all kinds of elements that you can cut apart in this as well. But this is fragrant, and it is 6x6. Right, so we're going to use that paper pack. Just move that off to the side. We're going to be using this set of borders. I'm shaking them about. I'm going to use the lace one, and also if I shake that one down, and it probably doesn't want to move. There we go. We're going to use this lovely swirly twirly one. Now if you look at that, you know, that can be seaweed. I totally think it can be seaweed, but it also reminds me of a kind of leaf for a lily or a tiger lily. But I just think it's really pretty. So I'm going to go with the lace, and I'm going to go with that one. And I'm going to run off and die cut in a second. We're also going to be using the little trio flower set. There are 3 flowers, descending sizes. You get 2 pieces of foliage, which will kind of make a wreath. And you also get this teeny weeny little ladybug. So I'm going to run off and cut those out. I've already cut the dies apart so I can do that. And we're also going to use the pocket. But I've decided it comes with a zip, and it also comes with a flap if that's how you want to do it. But I'm just going to use the pocket today. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to run away, try and be a little bit organised. I'll be right back and we'll make it. Right, so here I am. Oh yes, great organisation, and that is the base of my card. So that is the dot that I showed you in the fragrant pack. I've used a piece of craft, and I've also used a sheet of white. So you can see all of those lovely colours. So we're a little bit semi kind of vintagey, but not quite, if you know what I mean. And next I got organised, and I cut flowers, and I've done 3, but I've only put 2 together so I can show you the other one. So I've done 2 flowers. Just look at how pretty that is. I've used Panalisa's enamel dots again, and I'll move this up just so that you can see that. So those are the little enamel dots, and that's the final flower to put together. I've cut some of the green foliage that comes with that, and I think I've done 4 or 5 pieces. I think it might be 5, but that is what that looks like. And I've used that lovely dark green that I got my hands on the other day as well, because as I said, you know, it's kind of one of those shades that I only really use at Christmas, and I thought, why not use it, because it will complement, if I just move it now, the little pocket that I cut. So you've got that lovely dark green. Do you see that? I think that's a magnolia flower, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. So I've cut that, I've folded it, and I've got my tape on. I told you I'm organised, right? And we're going to layer up and try to, you know, decide how it is that we want it. I have cut and glued, while I have been away, 3 of those seriously cute ladybugs. Oh, I hope that's not blurred. They are just the sweetest little things. There you go. Aren't they wonderful? You can use those on absolutely anything. But it does come with this flower set, so I'm going to use them. I'm just going to pop those there. I also cut in gold. I thought I'd add a little bit of gold to this. Some of the smaller flowers that come with this set. Now, I do believe that set you can make as a poinsettia, which is where you would use these in the middle. So because I want spring, I'm going to, you know, use these as an individual flower, probably going off on those green leaves. So I'm just going to pop those down there. And I think I cut 5 or 6 of those. So absolutely, you know, you can use that for Christmas, cut in red. I'm doing it in white. I'm thinking, you know, this kind of reminds me of Easterish. And I also cut that lovely seaweedy border that we looked at. And that is this one. And I chopped this bit off. So I tried to, you know, kind of, I'm trying to remember where I cut it from. I cut it from there. So you've got this beautiful embossed border. But I wanted this bit, and I might use that bit as well. I don't know yet. But I've cut this piece because I kind of want a little bit of a gold flourish on the edge of that pocket. And then with the lace border die, I cut a sheet of white cardstock to layer that pocket onto, and I used the border both sides and then cropped it down. So, you know, the border is about that long, but I have actually cropped it down. And I believe I did do the measurements on the original haul video. And onto the back of there, I have got foam tape. So let's start layering and finish off a little bit of making. Right, so I'll just push those. Excuse my throat once again. It's going to take me a while, I think, for my my throat to go back to normal. And let's get the lacy base down. Now, this foam tape that I'm using is from Alina Craft, and I will link it below. I usually try to link everything below. Sometimes there's stuff that I can't find, but you know, I will go back and add it later, or if anybody reminds me and it's something that they want, then I will go back and do that too. Now, I'm just going to stand up because, you know, I need to have this in a certain position. And I do pretty much want it in the centre. So I'm going to go there. So we've got our lovely little base stand on top. And I do apologise if I'm shouting. So that's raised up. Now the next thing I want to do is do my pocket. Now it's open at the top, so I can just go ahead and stick it down before I do anything else. And I'm still standing. If I sit down, I'll probably wobble the camera everywhere. I hope everyone's going to have a great weekend. I'm going to go back out in the garden again, I think. Right, I'm going to go slightly down into the point of that lace there and overlap. And I think I'm straight. And if I'm not, I'll hide it. I don't think I am I? I went a little bit skew-if there. So I'm going to sit down now, because clearly standing up doesn't make any difference to me being in the middle. Oh, dearie me. Right, yes, well, we might find something to hide that in a minute. And I want to put this on here, and hopefully, yes I did, I'll crop the edge straight. So I'm just getting my glue bottle. Yeah, 997th video. Goodness me. I couldn't believe that when I saw it in my YouTube panel this morning. I didn't even know I had enough time to make that amount of videos, to be honest. Oh. Right. Let's get that into there. And that's just going to add a little touch of luxury. So I'm just layering this up in the way that I like it, if you know what I mean. Now I do have this extra bit of gold, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I think, you know, I like to get carried away, but I don't really like overkill, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go with that because I know I've already got my little bits of gold flower that will go on, but I will use that on something else. I certainly won't waste it. Right, now then, as you can see, I'm a little bit out here. Maybe I'm a lot out, but it is straight there. So that's me not using my bone folder. I'm always telling people, you know, use your bone folder. Right, now we've got flowers, which I know I want around in this area so that I've got, you know, some of the print sticking through. Now we're going to make this third one now. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to move these across. Super easy, just glue and layer. Actually, before I glue and layer, what I'm going to do is shape them, because I want to go up and I want to go down. Right, so I've got my poke tool, and all I'm doing is curling these down. You can use anything you want, whether it's the end of a pen or a pencil or even a poke tool. Right, so my biggest one is all curved down like that, and then my medium I'm going to curl up. Just want to put a little bit of memory into the paper so that once it's been glued down it'll come up nice and easy again. And then my smaller one is also curled up. Well, actually I don't need my my curly doodah to do that. I can just bend those up with my finger. There. Just get a little bit of memory into it. And now a little dot of glue right there in the centre. You're going to crisscross your petals so that they're nicely overhung. And then I'm going to go with another dot of glue. And I'm going to stick the centre in. Now, can you believe that our weather actually went a little bit chilly? I think we went down to 48 degrees yesterday. But we are going to warm up again. And then I just use my poke tool to squish in the middle so that all the glue is together. And then, of course, make sure you pick it up towards yourself to make sure your petals are exactly where you want them. I'm just going to press that again. Not so humid today, so things are sticking. And then I want a centre for my flower. And I'm going to use one of these. I'm just going to peel that off. Pop that down in the middle there. And this is what I meant about making sure that you've created memory for folding stuff up. I'm just going to pick that up towards myself and then just pinch it and let it dry. Right, so that one can be off drying, and I'm going to take those off now. Now this gold bit should be done on the pocket, and now we're going to start stuffing it, which won't take too long at all. So grab your greeneries and, you know, make your arrangement. I want bits hanging out, and as I said, you know, this creates a wreath so that you've got two opposites going on. So I'm going to take advantage of that and then go in the other direction so that I'm kind of like filling it up. And I do apologise if my camera keeps going blurred. Right, basically, if I pick that up, as you see that coming out of the top there, that's how I'm going to glue it down. And I will be right back. Right, so those are glued on and those are down, and next I have to decide, you know, kind of like where I want my flowers, and I think I want them down here. I think down here will look cute. I'll get them, you know, kind of like crisscrossing with each other like that. Right, as you see that, that's how I'm going to glue it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think those are dry enough, and I've got those there. I've got my little bit of gold, and now I'm going to add those little gold flowers up to the top. So I'm just going to look here. I think I cut 5. Yes, I did. So I'm just going to add some little dots of glue where I want them. So there's 2 dots. Put one up there. That's 3. Yeah, I have to think about things. Especially at this time of day. I think I'm going to have 1 there. That's 4. And I think I'll put 1 here. Yeah. So I've got my 5 little beads of glue down, and I'm going to use my trusty old pickup tool, and hopefully it's going to work, and start picking those up. So there's 1, 2, I don't mind if they kind of like hang around in the air sort of thing. Right, just let those dry, and then we'll come back with the little ladybugs. Right, I think those are dry enough, and now I've just got to decide where these 3 are going to go. I kind of want them meandering in a curve, I think, so I'm going to pop 1 here. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue there. I'm going to have another 1 here, and then I think I'm going to have 1 there. And I'll put my glue down now so it's too late. And I kind of want them crawling around and following each other. And I may have to vanish while these dry. So they're kind of following each other up the card. I'll just pause while I hold them down. Right, I think it's sufficiently dry to handle, so let's see if we can get a close-up. We've got those lovely little gold daisies, which I think are supposed to be the centres of those flowers to be poinsettias, and they've got those little tiny gold enamel dots, and I actually put those on while you weren't looking, so you do get different sizes. There's that lovely little ladybug, and they're kind of like following each other up the card. And there's those pretty white flowers. You've got that lovely lace edge. You've got a little bit of gold. And it's kind of, it's a serene, isn't it? Serene Easter. I just absolutely love that. I think those colours go great together. And my flowers, if you look, I don't know if you can see that, but they kind of, you know, they hide where I went a little bit skewy. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. Have an absolutely awesome weekend, and thank you for joining me on my 997 video, and I'll be up on Monday with 998. Once again, have an awesome weekend, and as usual, all links below. Bye.